Hi, thanks for joining us today. We're going to do a quick run through of how to set up your HOA payments through Brightstar Management Group for your association. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up your web browser, and then in that address bar, you're going to type in brightstarhoa.com. And once you get to the Brightstar Management Group website, you're going to navigate over to this Payments tab. And on this Payments tab, it has the various different ways that you can pay through Brightstar Management Group. The first way to pay is through ClickPay online payments. The next way you can pay is through if your bank offers a bill pay service. You're going to give them the information in this section right here, along with your account number, which comes on your welcome letter, is on the bottom section of your statement and that tear-off section. And then the third way to pay is you can pay via your check. That's the same information as the bank bill pay with your account number, which you'll get again from that bottom tear-off portion of your statement. Or you can reach out to us at 303-952-4004 or hello@brightstarcolorado.com, and we can help you out. It also has information on how you make that checkout. But today we're going to focus on setting up your online payments through ClickPay. And if you haven't set those up yet, under this Payments tab and the ClickPay, this blue button, ClickPay Payment Portal, you're going to want to click on that. And then this will take you to the ClickPay Payment Portal. So if it's your first time, you're going to need to register as a user. Right here under New User, you're going to click on this Register Here. This is going to take you to the Setup section for your account. Nice thing with this, you don't need your account number. You're just going to type in your address to get logged into ClickPay. So we'll show you how to get that all set up. Okay, so now for the first section of creating your profile. After you clicked on the registered user button, it's going to take you to this create a profile where you choose your username, password, enter your name, contact email, contact phone number. So you're going to want to set up a unique username. Now this can't be your email address, so you can't have the @gmail.com, @AOL.com, any of that. So we'll just create a quick username, and we'll just use unique username. And then you're going to want to set up a unique password. When you click into this password box, you're going to notice this little text box that opens up. Your password needs to be at least 10 characters, and it has to have one lowercase character, one uppercase character, one numerical digit, and one special character. So you're going to want to type in your password and write that down and save it to your password manager if you have one, so that way if you need your password again, you can use it. So after you set up your password, you're going to need to type in your name, first and last, and then your email address. And you have to type in your email twice just to confirm, and then you're going to want to put in your phone number. And if you have a mobile number, you can also put that in. You don't need to. After you've typed in the required information, you're going to click on this Agree to Terms and Privacy and click Create an Account. So once you click Create an Account, you're going to get an email from ClickPay with your username and password information. Make sure to save that somewhere you can find it. Now that you have your username and password set up and your account registered with ClickPay, you're going to want to go back to the brightstarhoa.com and the payments page. So on this page, you're going to scroll back down to this login to ClickPay. If you haven't already, it's not a bad idea to add this payment portal once you open it up to your favorites. So that way you can easily navigate back to it if you need to, but you can always go to the brightstarhoa.com and the payments page. So now that you've registered your account, this is where you're going to enter that username and password. The one nice thing with the username, the email address you use to sign up for the account, say you can't remember your username, you can actually use your email address here with that same password that you set up. It has a little remember me checkbox, so it can help save that information for the next time you log in. And once you've entered that, you're going to click on this blue login button. So The first time you log into ClickPay, it's going to take you directly to this lookup unit page. So on this page, this is where you're going to type in your property address. And if you have more than one property address, we'll show you later on how to add that. It needs to be another property that's through Bright Star Management Group and one of the HOAs we manage. If it's an outside company, you'll have to follow the steps for that company and their payments page. So we're going to start with our address, and you'll see here under this address example, this box under building number is just looking for the number, not the full address. So our building number is 4600 and our zip code is 80222. This is the only information you'll need for this section. If you do type in the full address, it won't be able to find your account. So once you have the building number and the zip code entered here, you're going to click on this search box. Now in this section, it's going to open up this select address. So if you're a single family home, you're going to have your address right here and click select, and then that will add your address. But in this case, we actually are in a townhome, so we have a unit number. Now sometimes this will display all of the unit numbers, which you'll scroll down through, find your unit number and click select. In this case, it found the building, but we need to select our address. So let's go ahead and click this blue select button on that building so we can find our address. So once you click that select button, it's going to have all of these units listed out. You can click down these different pages to find your unit address, or there is this search box right here where you can also type in, and you can just click out of that or hit tab, and it should find your unit address. Once you found that unit address, you'll go across to the select button. We are unit 104 in this example, so we're going to click select. And it's going to ask you to verify your last name. You'll click OK. It's going to verify that property address one more time. If that's not your address, you can click no, but if that's your address, click yes to continue. So we've added our unit. Now you have a couple of different options to make your payments. There is this Pay Now button. So what this does, this is going to be a one-time payment that you can make. You also have auto pay. So if you'd like to set up recurring payments for your HOA dues, you can set that up on a schedule each month, quarter, year, depending on the frequency of your payments. And then there is a cash payments. This is where it prints out basically a payment QR code, which you can take to a different location to make a payment. But we're going to focus on that one-time payment and that auto pay. So for the payment options, we're actually going to start with the Pay Now, which is going to be your first option after you add your unit. You also have auto pay and cash payments, but we will get to that in the next section. So under this Pay Now section, this is where you can make a one-time payment to your HOA. So you have a current amount due, and you want to go ahead and get that paid and then set up your auto pay for the next month. This is where you're going to want to start. So we already have an amount in here, but say that's not the correct amount that I need to pay today. You can just go ahead and click this blue edit button, and they have this alternative amount tab right here. Go ahead and click on that, and then we want to pay $500. So we've entered that in. We're going to click on the apply once we've entered our payment amount, and that's going to update over here. That looks all good. So now we're going to click this blue continue button. So since this is the first time that we're making a payment through ClickPay, it's going to ask us to add a debit card, credit card, or bank account. Now, note with the debit and credit cards, they charge a 3.5% transaction fee for the transaction. If you add a bank account, it charges $1.99 per transaction. So we highly recommend setting these payments up through your bank account. So we'll go ahead and click on this Add New Bank Account button, and this is where you're going to enter in the information for your bank. So I do just want to note, this is the information for your bank. So if your bank account has a different first name, last name, and a different billing address, go ahead and enter the first name, last name, and billing address of your bank account. So we'll go ahead and enter our routing number. when you click into the next section, if that routing number is correct, it's going to go ahead and identify your bank. If it's giving you an error, just double check that routing number to make sure the digits are entered correctly. Otherwise, it should pull up fine. And then in the account number section, you're going to want to look at your check, bank account, and enter that account number. And it's going to make you verify that a second time in the box next to it. And first name, last name, that should pull from when you registered your account. Again, if your bank is using a different name, just update this section right here. And then you're going to denote under the account type what type of account it is. We're using a checking account. You do have the option, it's not required, you can add an account nickname. So we'll just call this one personal checking. And then our billing address, we're going to go ahead and want to enter our billing address for the bank. So once you've entered in all this information, go ahead and click this blue continue button down here. The nice thing is when you click continue, it'll give you one last chance to review all the information that you just entered. Give that a second check. If everything looks good, you can click on the blue continue. If there's something you do need to change, click on the edit below it, but everything looks good on this one, so we're going to click on continue. And it's going to take you to the complete payment page. You haven't made a payment yet. It is going to show you the amount you're about to pay, so our $500, the service fee of $1.99, so our total transaction amount is $501.99. So when you are making a payment for the amount that you have due, always enter the exact amount that you have due. It will add the service fee on at the end, so you don't need to account for that. And then you can see right here, this pay by, this is the checking account that we just set up. If you set up more than one account, they will all show up in this section. You can choose what account you pay from. So we're ready to make our payment. We're going to click on this blue authorize payment, and it's going to give you one final chance to review the payment date, the amount, the fee, and the total. And if everything looks good, you're going to go ahead and click that yes button. So in the next section, we are going to look at autopay. So you're going to want to click on this autopay tab at the top. It's going to take you to this screen that shows not active for these. The frequency starts on next payment and bill to. You will know if you don't have an active autopay, if this shows not active. If these figures are filled out, that is how you know you have an active autopay. Just a note with the autopay, once we set it up, there's going to be different options where you can set a certain amount of payments, or it will keep going until you cancel it. So let's get in here to this blue setup autopay button, give that a click. Since we've already set up our payments in that pay now screen, it's already going to pull up our checking account. If you have not done that, and this is your first time setting up an autopay, it's going to take you through that same screen to add a payment option. But since we did that in the last section, we'll go ahead and skip that over. You can choose between different accounts if you have more than one account here. And this next section underneath that, this is where you're going to select the frequency of payments. So depending on your HOA, you have made monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, annual payments. So go ahead and select that frequency here, and then that first payment date, you're going to want to go into the next month when that payment is due. You will notice the first 2 days of the month are X'd out. That's because it takes a minute for ClickPay to update from our system. So the 3rd is the first date you can set that up on, just so we have the accurate information for what is owed. So don't worry, that's still less than any of the collections policies, so you will be okay with that 3rd day. So once you have that selected, this is that option I was talking about. You can set it up until you change or cancel that auto payment. If you know you're going to be selling your house in a number of months, you can schedule the next amount of payments. Say I have 5 months left, I want to set it for 5 payments. Same thing in this until a selected date. You can select that last date of the month. Hey, on April 1st, my house is selling, so I just need one last payment there. But we're going to set it up until I change or cancel. And then underneath that section, we have the amount due. So you have pay the full amount, pay a maximum amount up to, and pay a fixed amount. So one note with the pay full amount, whatever is on your ledger, it will pull. So say you have additional charges that you want to review before you pay, I would not select that pay a full amount. I would recommend for most people pay full amount up to a maximum of. So if you know your HOA dues are $300 a month, but sometimes you have variable charges for pool keys, key fobs, water bills, something else, and you have an idea of what that's generally between, we'll just put this for $400. So if I do have an additional charge, it will only ever pull a maximum of $400. If there is any amount due after that, you will know, and you'll be able to review that charge before making an additional payment. You also do have pay a fixed amount. So if you are just pay your HOA dues every month, those never change, I would pay the fixed amount. So say we pay $300 a month. That's all I wanted to pay. If there's ever any additional charges, I'll worry about those and make a one-time payment. Then you can do pay a fixed amount. And so we're just going to go pay a fixed amount this time. It does have this notification section right here where ClickPay will send you a notification email 1 or 2 days before it is processed. You can select 1 or 2 here. I just want 2 days. So I've got everything set up now for my auto pay. I'm happy with it. I am going to click this blue apply to property. It's going to give me another dialog box where I can double check all the information that I entered, make sure I have the correct account, correct date, and again it's going to show you this is how much you're going to pay a month, fixed amount of $300, and then it will show the service fee on here. So set that fixed amount or that payment amount to whatever is owed. The service fee will get charged at the time of the payment. So we're going to go ahead and click this blue confirm button, and now it takes you back to the auto pay page. These boxes right here are now filled in with the auto pay information. If you ever want to go back, edit your payment date, edit a bank account, edit how you're paying, you can go back in here and click the edit button and make a change to that. There is a third payment option with ClickPay. It is going to be this cash payments tab. Essentially what the cash payment is, this will print out instructions of how to pay with a barcode, and then you can take that to one of these different locations around your area and make a payment that way. $3.95 service fee, so it is an option, but for the most part, most users are going to be setting up a pay now or auto pay. We just wanted to mention this if this was an option that appealed to any of our homeowners. So we've run through the various different payment methods, the pay now, auto pay, and cash payments. Now we're going to focus on if you need to make any changes to your account. So once you are logged into ClickPay, you're going to see this account profile tab, and when you hover over that, it's going to give you 4 options. We'll first start with this My Profile. So under My Profile, this is going to have the information that you registered with ClickPay. You will notice there is a ClickPay ID in here. This number is generated when you register the account. The only time you'll actually need this ClickPay ID is if it's something that's out of our control that we can't help with, and you do need to get in contact with ClickPay customer support. They're going to ask for that customer ID. It just helps them find your account a little bit easier. So if you ever need to find that when you're talking with them, it's under that account and then My Profile. If you do need to update any information in here, there is this blue edit button which you can click, and then you'll be able to adjust your first name, last name, your payment reminders, your phone number, your email that you want notifications for on the account. So I just wanted to give a quick overview of that. And then when you go back to this account tab over here, you also do have a payment history for all payments that you have made on the account. You can select the date range or how far back you want it to search, and you will be able to see your past payments that you have made. Then when you go back to this account tab, you are going to have this payment options. So if you ever need to remove a payment option or add an additional payment option, you can always go back to the account tab, and then you'll click on the payment options and you can add an additional account. You can add as many debit, credit, bank accounts as you would like in here. Those give you options to choose from or choose through when you're making payments on your account. And then finally, we have the add remove unit. If you move out of your house and you no longer want to make payments, you're going to want to go into this add remove unit and remove that unit from your payment. Additionally, if you are selling your house, it's just good practice to remove the unit, also go into the payment options and remove the card. That just ensures that you will not be charged when that next payment comes due. Now, say you actually have more than one address with Brightstar Management Group that you also want to use ClickPay to pay. You can add as many units as you own, and that is going to be the same search process to look up unit, where you're going to type in that building number and then the zip code, and you're going to find your account, click select. Once you select that account, it's going to add it into this add and remove units. Anytime that you need to, you can go into any of these profiles and adjust any of that information. So today that concludes our tutorial about setting up, registering, and ClickPay and making payments. If you ever do have any questions, again, if you want to get the information on your own, you can go to the brightstarhoa.com, click on the payments page. We have all the information about ClickPay, bank bill pay, and checks. And then if you ever need to talk to a person, you can reach out by phone at 303-952-4004 or email at us at hello@brightstarcolorado.com. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.